This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Link Up Podcast with your hosts, Mistuh King, Kana, and Woods here in the building.
Yo.
And today we got the full squad. We got Rashid and Kalissa here as well.
Yo.
Greetings. We could have a little more energy in that, yo.
Bye.
I miss the fellow Homo sapiens line, man.
No. Nobody miss that. Stop lying to the boy. Look. Stop lying to the boy. It's not nice.
It was his thing, you know?
What's up, my fellow Homo sapiens?
Why are you just bring it out? Like,
once again.
For what?
We are almost.
Are you like to see this?
At the end of the year.
We need energy.
I mean, why you don't want
the energy God has returned. I was gone one day, but I'm back.
To the fullest.
Energy
be
God,
his true, authentic self.
Energy God. No.
You living up the big things.
No. Don't get it twisted. Man is in a relationship. Keep me out of that conversation, please.
See, I
love you, babe.
That's what you do in the spare time. Lift up the big things. Use energy God.
I can't lift up big things anymore, dog. I got a broken shoulder. Things different now.
Oh.
Man's lightweight.
Whoa.
You get injured on your shift weight class.
Hey, once you break your shoulder, that's it.
No, the last one was too big. You could have.
I almost dislocated the left shoulder too, dog.
You had a proper grip. That's what happened.
But Sean,
you're making grips on my shoulder now.
But Sean,
but no, it's how you hold. I know, you know. Maybe you slip. Maybe she was too big.
But Sean, both your shoulders ain't fuck up.
How about you mind your business? How about you mind your business? You see me and what's having a conversation? Okay.
So one to your shoulder,
The disrespect is so real. I thought we was on a podcast.
So one to your shoulder.
So last week
listen to one another opinions. You know, you was having a conversation. The difference was that my spiel is not mind your fucking business. That's yours. So I was just putting it.
Okay, well then I got to show you my spiel. Mind your fucking business.
Okay, but you're not minding yours. So I just pointed it out.
Hypocrisy.
So, King, how was the day?
No.
How was your week?
But my week was alright. Work and whatnot. The usual. Music. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
wow.
Me too.
That question just...
I was expecting something else,
the conversation completely.
Anyway, this whole...
You see, I think we should go back to Kana and his shoulders.
Like how we was talking the past few episodes.
Can you just ignore the question?
Yeah. This whole specific episode, we're going to try to do this whole... Yeah, she's still going on. And then when I mind my own business, when I don't mind my own business, it could be a problem. Anyway, people, like I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by the Munchkin people.
Wow.
This episode supposed to be...
He got nothing factual to say. He just is... I really this energy, you know. I really don't appreciate this energy. I don't come on this podcast. Listen, everybody asks me why I don't talk that much and whatnot. I don't come on this podcast and get bullied. No, bullied. It's ridiculous.
I was the smallest one, got the loudest voice in the room.
It's crazy. I don't get bullied. Last week, Sean laughed for about like 5 minutes because my legs just couldn't reach it.
You see, and you bring it back up.
Then I got called a chipmunk. Yo, it shouldn't be wild.
That wasn't even from us. That was from the comments.
That's what I mean. Like, all I just do on this show is sit here for y'all amusement so I can get bullied.
I don't know why, but this conversation just remind me of Paco. Y'all remember Paco?
What the fuck?
What is Paco?
Of Poco. That small dog in Friday.
What?
Like
every time what's open his mouth, he's killing the conversation.
Chico, yeah.
Wow!
The doctor in Mexico.
So what about this conversation?
I don't know. Just it reminded me of
that
Chico.
too. Disrespect. That's what it is. He trying to come for me. That's what it is.
No. I just want to say that.
Well, if anything, this going to
Chico was a chihuahua.
No, he was a very dangerous dog.
This like whole 5 minutes to 5-7 minutes ago.
Was it a terrier? A pit bull terrier? Yeah, right.
People don't even pay attention to the timestamps and things like that. They listening. Oh.
They don't
man, that's
you know what they're doing? they're cleaning the house and they have the podcast playing in the background. I'm telling you, that's what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hear all that too.
Shout out to those people. I do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
My cousin does listen to it before he go to sleep. Like,
boy, that's nightmare.
These the voices you want to listen to.
I don't know how to feel about that
Just imagine just right before you hit REM sleep, and then you hear Sean like,
Ooh, that's what nightmares made of.
Oh man!
Speaking of nightmares,
these the voices you want to listen to as you fall in the dream.
That was a nice segue.
King didn't want to follow.
I see.
King was like, nah, Woods.
But I have feel a little offended. I was like, so you're trying to tell me to put you to sleep? That's what you're telling me.
Yeah,
so people find it comforting. When someone tells me that, I don't feel offended. It's like, oh, you find my voice so comforting that you will listen to my voice.
Yeah, but the thing is, nothing about Sean laugh is comforting.
Yeah, not at all. But not every episode I be laughing at that no more, man. But I just do the same thing.
Give the people what they want, Sean.
Nah, it's alright. But I just do the same thing with the podcast I did be listening to. I just fall asleep listening to them as well. So I mean,
to me, that's what friends for. Like, that's what my Netflix account for, basically.
Buy
either
it.
Fresh Prince or Friends or some form of a sitcom.
That's what Woods Netflix there
like,
for,
it's just...
Boy, enjoy it while it's still there, my friend.
Like,
2020,
I stuck in the same programming, like, from back on St. Martin, where it's like, channel 22 at like 9 o'clock. Like when they come into nighttime stuff, it's basically just all the sitcoms. That one, Fresh Prince and The Nanny, and all the old sitcoms just play the reruns.
Golden Girls. We was talking. We had a whole.
Golden Girls was not on.
That was on Nickelodeon.
No, that was Lifetime. My bad.
Yeah,
and that's why I say
my bad.
When Nickelodeon, George Lopez, I think was one of them. Fresh Prince. I don't know what else.
It was on Nick at Night.
Yeah, basically.
But in Aruba, I used to start playing at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
that's when all the best shows was played.
Nick at Night.
Nah,
but I used to be watching though.
But like we were saying last night, so the king, you know, all those sitcoms, they had like one character that used to like roast everybody. The queen of that was Sophia.
Yep.
From Golden
Hands
Girls.
down.
Yeah.
Hands
There's
down.
a top 3. I can tell you right now, there's a top 3.
Jeffrey for sure in there.
Number 1 is Sophia.
Yes, so.
Nobody can beat not one. You can name me one sitcom.
Like, I gotta go with Jeffrey.
Jeffrey is sadly Jeffrey's number 2. Number 3.
Number 3.
Jeffrey's
like,
number 3. Jeffrey's number 3. Number 2 is Nigel from The Nanny.
Yeah.
Nah.
But look, let me explain why. Let me explain why. Why. Especially
Nanny is white Fresh Prince.
Yeah, but still.
But let me explain why I give Nigel the number 2 spot over Jeffrey. Jeffrey would sometimes go at Uncle Phil. Sometimes he would go after him and stuff like that, but he used to trip on everybody else. Nigel trip on everybody.
My name is Niles.
I mean, Nigel. Niles trip on everybody from his boss mother, the children, the stepmother, the wife, the stepwife. Yo, everybody, nobody was safe from Niles. Nobody. But Sophia was savage.
Next level.
Poor Blanche, but I mean, she had deserved it, but Jesus Christ.
Lord.
I don't remember Golden Girls enough.
But that was
you gotta go back and watch it.
Cool.
Yo, I would legit download that and watch it again. I might check down my.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Golden Girls.
Yeah, when he deleted Netflix, then you have something to watch.
No, but that was that's nostalgic by Golden Girl. That was bonding time for me and my mother. We used to just sit down there and laugh how Sophia used to just trip on everybody. Then I need to.
I feel like that was more my grandmother thing. I don't recall my mother really watching Golden Girls. Like that was, she was NCIS and every kind of crime show that you could imagine.
But you see, them things used to play on Lifetime. Them murder stories and how wives kill husbands and secret wife murder stories.
My life is a Lifetime movie.
Speaking of Lifetime, there was this one show when the theme song started to play, man would run and turn off the TV, dog. I was like 10 years old. Like Unsolved Mysteries.
Like some specific.
You for real?
Yo, that song. Yo, and I was like,
you get beat when that song was playing.
No. It's just the way, like. The show wasn't scary to me, obviously, but just the song. Like before I went to sleep, I didn't want to hear that song.
You're the type of person that can't watch Jaws, no?
No, I can't watch Jaws. I don't get frightened for.
I don't get frightened
for shows. It's just like
No, but I'm talking about that's a similar type of music.
No, but that song, like that song just gave me anxiety, especially because when I play video games, they tend to put the same type of.
But that's kind of
song, but it doesn't frighten me.
No, but it has the same effect. The sound triggers a type of something in you.
Yeah, but it doesn't frighten me though.
Yeah, well, it's still triggering.
The only song that had that effect with me was that song.
Yeah, I
and the man's voice
because it's like a creepy type of thing.
Yeah, I was one of them people with that jazz used to fuck me up. I used to be like one of them assholes like to be in the pool and be like, oh god, I try to catch me.
Yeah, I can't like that was me.
No kind of logic whatsoever.
That used to be my motivation in Zwemless. He'd be like, oh god, a shark behind me.
You know, that used to be my reason not to go inside. Ask me if I got any of my diplomas before going and put that.
Speaking of jobs,
I got a lot of diplomas, but I'll tell you something for free. I'm not fucking swimming. I'm the type of person who would go in a pool and like hang on to somebody else. Yeah.
When you have all your diplomas?
I don't give a shit. I'm not swimming.
Man, the best thing about it,
I'm not swimming.
I got no diplomas, but yet I had advanced scuba diver. Make a lot of sense.
Make all the sense in the world.
Hey, I have a life vest on technically, so
I mean, you know why? Oh, you don't understand that pool struggle because you was blessed now. Are you?
Everywhere for you is deep now.
Do that to yourself.
Shallow water.
Struggling. Do that to yourself.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I can't stand up in a pool, so it's like I can't get a break. Or you man to be like in a deep end just standing. Or you don't understand.
There's shallow area.
I just even in the shallow area, depend on the pool.
They'll sit on the side. If you not even
depend on the pool, depending on the pool.
Chill out on the ladder, chill out, but there's a lot of them that have the steps coming in.
The thing is, look. My mother walk at like DV, right? So a lot of times where I used to swim was like at DV. I'm not talking about like a community pool or nothing like that. I'm talking about a lot of
hotel pools and then they don't have the steps and shit like that.
Community.
They have they don't have it like on the side. They have like stairs going into the water.
Yeah, it's like big steps and then you're in the pool and then you're in the pool.
Yeah, and then sometimes I just want to be there drinking my pina colada in the water like everybody else, but no, I can't stand up. Okay, it's rough.
That's why you sit on the
bed. You should have got the donut and been in the donut and
put on some floaties. Yeah,
water wings. Basically, some water wings.
Big orange.
Watch nothing. So my time roll around. Catch me in my fucking floaty.
It's the appropriate
Catch
thing.
me and my floaty.
Like my mother couldn't swim. She just used the noodle things. That was a vibe all the time.
I mean I can't swim. I just choose not to.
Exactly my point. You be ridiculous. But my mother's somebody who legitimately couldn't swim. And because she wanted to be in the water, she used the noodles and thing, and that was a vibe.
Swimming will hurt my chest really bad too, and that'll be another thing. So I'll be like, you know what, I'm not going to exert myself on this. Like, fuck
so
that.
I think you somebody you need to stay on the show. You know, that's what. So like,
nah, man. Once my brother there, I cool.
But I mean, in the ocean should be easier for you though.
But you see, the thing is, when I go to the beach, I the type I a beach whale. I lay on a show in the shade.
That's all you
don't even know where I do.
But that sounds right too.
Yeah.
If you're not going in the water to swim.
Not the water too fucking cold. That's a problem. I'd quicker swim in the ocean than in a pool. But like,
yeah, because you float easier.
That water be cold as shit, bro.
Yeah,
and then also, I really, honest to God, I don't know if you to have this struggle, right? But when you reach home and the entire beach is in your like bottoms, is not fun.
But I hardly have on anything. So how much time you really
that's how it'll get trapped. Cause once
too much right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know this? This is a real thing, yeah.
You talking about trap inside you or inside of the bottom? Because no, like Kana said it, it's not that big. So how much can get trapped inside of the actual bottom? If you're talking about you, that's something else.
No, it's like if you.
I just need clarification.
If you sitting right by the shoreline, every girl knows what has happened is if you sitting right by the shoreline. Yes, that ass. This is a real thing. If you sitting by the shoreline and you in the water, what gonna happen is like, cause of the water and all the sand over there, all of it does end up in your bikini bottoms. I don't know how. I mean, it'll be in crevices it's not supposed to be in. When you take off, like literally any girl notice when you come back from the beach, what'll happen when you go home and you take off like your bottoms, it'll have sand on the floor.
But it's the like
I feel you saying every girl know this just to sound like you're not going crazy, but this might just be a you problem.
No, I'm telling you, other people experience this too.
I've always been taught that, you know, when you go to the beach before you leave the beach and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes, you go in the water.
How you
rinse
yourself. How you want to wash
exactly. I mean how? I mean how?
I'm telling you, you can go in there, but it not all of it gonna come out.
There's always going to be some remains because it is the beach. Like with trunks, I can't speak to y'all bikini bottoms.
But like
with trunks is like some of the pockets and in the seams and some stuff like that. You can still find sand in them kind of places, but that's normal.
I tell you.
You making it sound like you carrying like a whole clumps and thing back home.
That's why I'm just trying to understand.
Yo, if you don't, I tell you, if you don't go,
statement.
My bad.
I tell you, if you don't go back in there and like really try and rinse that out good,
but that's
but even so, you would still have sand in there. But I saying if let's say you don't like, you've been camping or something. Camping used to be there. In Aruba during Easter break, everybody will go on the beach and live on the beach for like a week and a half.
Okay, I know about a week.
I used to stay in the hotel on the other side and watch them.
I do that once. It's like I forget who I like. You know when you feel like you somebody else, sometimes you're like, that would seem fun, and then you forget the way you are as a person. And then I went to that for knowing damn well I shouldn't have been there. I went do it, and then
in
I was
hotel or camping.
No camping. Like people just camp on the beach for like a week and a half.
Okay. People thought I was camping.
Yeah,
I was on the other side of the camping.
That was the move. That used to be the move.
That one too. I ain't want to.
Be like, how you looking so
after
fresh?
That, I
just take a long shower.
Yeah, because nobody else was looking fresh.
No.
Because I used to stay by a friend who lived colony, and then we used to walk down every day and walk back by her house every day. But like that whole sleeping on the beach, I do that 1 year. Biggest regret. First of all you're eating is nastiness. You're eating hot dog morning, noon, and night. Either hot dog or burgers, or they're making some egg for you.
That depends on who you're there with.
That's fried chicken.
Yeah, that depends.
No,
they had like barbecue and stuff like that, but still is like you on the beach. And to be honest with you, if you on the beach for a week and everybody got pee in a porta potty and whatnot,
because I don't know
a week and a half.
Like on St. Martin, some people go from the night before, and that might be it. That might be it. Like,
no, it's a thing.
It's a thing. It's a legit.
Everybody in Aruba on the beach for a week and a half. Like for that week, everybody there.
That's segmented.
Some people go to the north side of the island, and some go to the south side of the island.
This is what I'm trying to.
It's a trip though. It's a trip. But
I mean, it'll be fun at night.
And the food ain't okay.
Okay, yeah. The food wasn't
you
bad.
You also buy food because it's like stands everywhere, people selling stuff. But the thing is, the hygienic part of it.
Exactly, that's the problem. Because you could eat all you want, but then you got a problem when you have to go shit.
Nobody telling her I just stay there for a week.
Yeah, but that's the vibe.
That is like a tradition.
I ain't doing it, obviously.
I'm not doing it. Not no more. I tried that once. The shower
shout out to the people holding it down though. Y'all make the island still feel like the island, you understand?
Oh, you don't know.
Obviously don't do that, and I don't make the island feel like the island.
Y'all really don't know.
Right, from the
island not feel like the island with a day? Like Easter weekend, because of
but I didn't be trying to stay there as long as possible. I know some people would try get it from like a week before even.
Yeah. And it's like there's a bunch of bands happening there too, like a bunch of bands playing and
in St. Nicholas, St. Nicholas they'll be popping. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never been to the town scene.
No, both sides.
Yo, man, so we going Waterwood topics.
Yeah, man.
Let me do Halloween story. I'm a certified lifeguard, but we never went there, so let's
you a certified lifeguard?
I mean, you got all the diplomas. The last
almost.
couple of diplomas, like. No, I mean, technically I am, but
okay, was technically? Can you was technically?
Because if you look at all the diplomas, like the last couple of diplomas, you're basically studying to become like a lifeguard because that's base. Like after C and D, obviously, if you don't want to become someone that saves someone else from drowning, stop. There's no reason to continue after C. My opinion.
Was that swimming diploma?
Yes.
I got like UF.
I have no idea what you're talking about because
I have passed both of those. Like I think I got E or like I had stopped. I think I stopped at E, but I had trained for F and I just didn't want to do it.
Because those like when you're around there, like you ain't really learning how to swim anymore.
Yo,
you learning
fuck
like,
that.
Yeah.
Fuck that and that orange thing you have to lift up in the water.
Yeah, it's higher level swim is like not only are you good enough to swim yourself, you good enough to swim with somebody else.
Yeah, I think that was
close. That was the worst part. That was the worst part.
I think that's why I had never continued my search and rescue diving course because I'm not gonna save fucking nobody. I can hardly save myself. What the fuck are you doing?
The fun part about it is you could punch someone if they're not. They
what?
Let's go for something else. Yes.
Yo, can we talk about that fucking orange dollar you had to lift out to the water that was like, it was heavy as fuck. The shit was heavier than me. I was like, how I supposed to? How? It's bigger than me. It's heavier than me.
Because most people are bigger than you. It's representative of a person.
But I was like, no.
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it.
It was bigger than your average person, okay?
Was it?
Yes, it was. But also, I wasn't saving nobody, okay?
You was training too?
I didn't appreciate that. I just here for my diploma. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
So why you keep going though?
Because my mother make me. She told me I could stop at E because my brother had gone to E and then he stopped. So I had to make it
A,
to
B,
E.
and C. My brother, I think he had A, B, and C or something.
Once you have that, like if you're not planning to become a lifeguard, or if you're never planning to save someone while swimming.
We never planned to be around water.
That's why I had stopped because at a certain point they had do some. I literally physically could not do it. Like one of the things they had us doing was like I was like, bruh, you see me, you see that, it's not gonna happen.
All right, so Halloween.
I had to give up, you know.
We 20 minutes in. This is the Halloween episode. I mean, for the people who listening when they're hearing this, it's going to be Halloween. So I mean, trying to keep in the tradition of things. Man. You the one with all the ghost stories and things like that. We got to pull them out to you.
I don't know that. I feel we waste so much time. Anyway,
you started telling us about. I don't remember the names, but the two ghosts that you got living in here.
Oh, Sabrina and Chester.
Them people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess to give us, we kind of went to the last episode, but me and my family, we kind of got this something that we got like our houses, quote unquote, haunted. Mm-hmm. And it's by Sabrina and Chester. Chester now was there first. Chester's who I grew up with it being there. Chester's who we consider the one who like turn off and on the lights, call your name when you're the only one in the house, move like open the door when nobody else there. But you know, those things is still, you gotta have logical things for it. It could be the wiring, the lights. You could just be hearing shit or hearing something that you want to hear with somebody calling your name. Even though that did happen to me once and it was really freaky because nobody was home and I was just running game. My name is it's a common name, yes, but it wasn't at that point. It was a Japanese game. I was running Pokemon. There's no Sean in that thing. Anyway, so
if you heard somebody calling your name on the street, there's other Sean's in Ebenezer.
No, nobody was outside. Like I went out. It's one of those things. Why? Okay, it hasn't said the exact story. I was running game. Bam, just like how you say, was back then. Back in St. Martin, we don't normally. It wasn't just a call something when we was growing up. You go by your people in the house and you bawl out the name. Like you go outside the gate and you yell as loud as possible until somebody come outside. Whether it's their mother cussing you or the actual person that you're trying to reach. Mm-hmm. Nobody was doing that. I hear my name, went outside. Nobody was outside. Sit back down. My name get called again. So I just decided to act like nothing happened because that's one of the things my mother used to always tell us. If you answer or if you acknowledge it, then it's going to continue happening and it could possibly get worse. So that was my only experience with that. But Sabrina, no. We had to get into I can't remember if we had to get into the Halloween story. Yeah, I had to tell about the Halloween. The Halloween, but then, yeah. But
your sister in the car.
Yeah. That's Sabrina. I can tell you, my mother she had lose a child. Sorry if you didn't want this to be out there, but and it was she was older than it was a girl and she was around the same age as my sister, if that's saying the information correctly. So that's Sabrina. And ever since then, people like my father been seeing people dancing on like the kitchen table they had a certain instances where like my toys used to just be I had like a Batman car.
You were telling us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I had a Batman
driving by itself.
Yeah, it started driving by itself, and my sister like no batteries was in it, the control wasn't working, and only when my sister pitched out the two characters that was inside the car is when it started to stop moving. And it happened with my brother as well, where it started moving on its own. we have a baby alive doll that's been there for like 15 years.
Why do you still have it?
Yeah, because like
if you know it haunted, especially.
No, why?
It's for Sabrina.
You see that was my joke at the beginning too. But you see, my mother's one of those women that like she's very caring. So like she'll have a lot of little children all over, whether it's nieces, nephews, goddaughters, whatever it is. So like it's something there for the children to play when they come over. So that's why we keep it. But little home girl be sitting on the fucking shelf, right? Nobody touching it. There's no wind, AC on, everything closed. There's no kind of drab thing possible. And she just decided to move. Like she would be there and just fall on one side, or like if the doll would fall, right?
That would be it for me.
If it would fall, you would generally assume that it would fall close to where it was.
Yeah.
It would have a small, trajectory. And be say, okay, cool, that fall from up there, cool, no problem. This thing would be, if the guitar is a doll, you find a doll by the piano. And this is you in the house by yourself,
I have one question, right?
I wouldn't be home. Like,
y'all never think about moving?
Right?
Nothing ever happened that I would say nothing ever happened that serious. But there was one incident, okay, with me at least. I had a few little scares. The biggest one I ever had, I think I was starting to tell this one as well, but I say we didn't have enough time. It was me, Zav, shout out Zav, Yannick and Narisha. I'm gonna name drop everybody here. Shout out Narisha too. We was chilling we was running game by me. I remember the game specifically. We was running Tekken. Earlier in the day, we was using my sister boombox. Not boombox, but like CD player. You know the CD player, you could put a CD or you could also plug it in as well, and they also use batteries. Cool. Running that, we was running Destiny's Child, one of Destiny's Child's album that. Remember this specifically. Running game. We decided that we sick of hearing it because we was running the CD the whole day. Unplug it. The thing had no batteries in it. There's no way for this fuck to come on. No way. Running game. All of a sudden, thing blast. Like full volume. Loud like fuck. I watch Narisha watch Yannick. Minor. Me and Zav about the same age, if I'm mistaken. Zav probably like a couple months, maybe like a year younger than me. We the youngest ones. Narisha a good bit older than us. Yannick older than Narisha. Yannick first man out the house.
He fucking right.
All of us. By the time it was Yannick, Narisha, me, Zav.
Yannick was checking like, yo, I could outrun these man. That's all I really need to do.
That fuck started to blast. Right. I watched everybody watched me. We dip out the house. Zavern was kind of a little lost still because he didn't really know what was going on. He just see us start to run and he started to run too. So, bam. By the time I reach outside, Yannick done down the road now. My mother come outside flipping. Why the music so loud? What happened to you? This and that. Meanwhile, me and Zavern outside still chilling. Yannick down the road. Narisha was the only one who went back inside with like, bye, Auntie Cheryl. That thing come on by itself now. My mother like, are you children retarded? This and that. She went take off the thing and she went back in the room. My mother cussing now. Narisha went home. Zavern went home. Yannick went home. And I was just there like, so yo, I went in my room.
Wait, hold up. If the music are blasting, right? You say it was unplugged and it had no batteries, right? How your mother turn it off?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
She turned it down. She low down.
When she turned it down, she didn't see that it wasn't plugged in?
Look, great. I could only tell her what I experienced. The logic after, I don't know what. She turned down the fuck. And that was it. We practically pretend like that never happened. Never really talk about it much.
So she just turned down the volume and that was it.
Yeah.
So y'all never use the radio again?
Why we did? Actually, I don't remember. I think actually still home.
That's my thing. Is like if the volume was just turned on, then whenever you go back to it to try to listen to the volume, it should just be on forever. Since like the ghost turned it on, and it's powered by nothing.
Dog, I can't. Like I tell you, I can only tell you what I experienced. I cannot tell you the logic behind it. I did not check the CD player. Fuck that CD player.
But I'm just curious as to how your mother turned it off. Like, what did she do? Because I remember I used to have a button. Well, mine at least had like a button, so you gotta turn it off if anything. Look, so like she pressed the button, she turned off. Like
the music was
because
on.
You say she unplugged the thing. So I was confused.
The music was on. She turned it off somehow.
Okay.
I cannot tell you specifically.
So you ask her about the state of the.
But you hear me talk
CD
about this
player.
after?
Okay. I don't. Okay, continue.
I could only tell you what I experienced.
All right.
Kind of have a similar story.
In Aruba?
Yeah.
I was from the islands, though.
Yeah. Yo, first of all,
the thing is, like, especially those houses, those government houses, where like a bunch of like generation of people be living in the house.
You don't got a France Pass story?
Yeah, I do, but let's not talk about that one.
I feel like everybody got a France Pass story.
What the hell is a France Pass?
France Pass is an area on the island where a bunch of the indigenous people were slaughtered. And there's also a graveyard there from the Indians and stuff like that.
But also how France Pass set up is like as kind of like a scene from a horror movie, because like all the trees are like grow around like,
and there's a natural
it's like
a
natural is a whole tunnel, like, and all back there looks sketchy, and apparently if you go there, if you drive in there at night, you just see ghosts and whatnot.
Are you would ever like stay in a house that's supposedly haunted?
No.
For a night?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like on purpose?
So this was around Halloween. Yeah, it was on purpose.
Was this a bet?
No. We were making a haunted house. No, we were making a haunted house to attract people to come to the haunted house. But the house was the first doctor / hospital on the island. In front of El Mar.
You telling me like I know these things?
Okay.
No, but anyway, so it was one of the first like doctor / hospitals on the island before the place became like actually got a hospital. So that house was like close to like 100 years old, something like that. Super old. Stories we're talking about like like the owner never really did anything with it, and like cases of a bunch of people dying in the house, blah, blah, blah. Those typical like stories. So we were like, okay, cool, let's see who owns it. So if you ask permission to then quote unquote renovate it, but it was already torn down, but we just wanted to like make it look good enough so that people could walk in and walk out.
How about making it safe?
Yeah, that's basically it. Well, safe is like a very... It was good enough. It wasn't safe. People got fucked. The people that worked there got fucked. Some of my friends got fucked. So we started working in the house and thing. And the first thing that was really weird in that house was like the bottom. It was 3 stories. The bottom floor, normal temperature. The top floor, normal temperature, but for some reason, no. The middle floor also normal temperature, but for some reason the top floor cold as fuck. Make no fucking sense, dog. The island always warm. There's no AC, nothing.
I forget what everybody's talking about.
The roof is isolated. There's nothing penetrating that fuck, but it was cold, dog.
But like, what are you talking about cold? Cold
freezing. Like you
can see your breath cold.
Cold, dog. Cold. Make no sense.
Listen, first of all, being cold in Aruba is not an anomaly in itself now, so you just need to understand that.
So it was cold.
By Aruba is a different type of heat though.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So we found it weird, but we really didn't think that much about it because like I really don't believe in ghosts and that.
That would have been enough for me to leave.
So we were just bailing in the house, and it was this one guy, apparently like he could see ghosts, and when he touches someone, they also see what he sees, apparently.
Big man,
right?
don't ever touch me.
I would have never been friends with him. So as soon as he tell me that, okay,
you better hit that rogue and wear gloves around man, Biggs.
So this man walking in the house, right? And the whole time he walking in the house, and the man saying like Lagami, like leave me. I was like, yo, what the fuck, this man? What are you on?
See, I can't get this man to be like that too.
See, I wasn't even saying that.
Sorry, let's continue.
But this man, the whole time he's saying, leave me. And we like, yo, what are you talking about? No, this old fella just annoying. I just tell him to leave me alone. So like I hear that, right? But I didn't process it that well because like we were busy getting ready for the 100,000 thing. So I just left it. I continued working. And then I just heard like one of the girls started to scream that. And then she run out.
I would have run behind her. I didn't know.
I was like, maybe, because my logic was like, maybe she saw a spider or some fuck fall on her. Like, it's, like, they were dead cats, like mummified cats. Apparently, they were stuck in the house and they just got mummified because,
shit. You were... This just sound like bad decisions, you know.
No, because it was like, probably like, I would have to say like 3-4 years just strapped in there. And because it was isolated, like there was no water, nothing, so it was just...
Yeah, so...
No, it wasn't
just
smelling.
Mummify, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, she ran out, and then the guy just said, sorry. It's like, sorry, what happened? It's like, no, I touched her.
That would be real bad statement in this day and age.
Yeah. No, but he said that
would look real bad.
Yo, Kana can't let Woods tell a story.
in hindsight,
Hey, home girl run out screaming and home man come out and say sorry, I touched her. That was looking bad.
He understood.
He said it better than how I said it. He said he explained.
And especially like if he said en pavimento, it wouldn't sound.
Because like in Pavimento they say like mucha di saco. That's what they call it. Like if you were born in the placenta or some stupid. I don't know that. But apparently people that born in the placenta can see things differently than what we can see. Like the placenta come out. Mucha di saco. Ask someone.
Ask someone.
That's one of the old ones.
No specific references.
I know
ask someone.
Why?
Any Arubian.
I know some.
Trust me, any Arubian.
You don't really.
Because look, the thing is, I'm not a real like.
You don't know what
my family is not. Like if you go on top of the branch, there's not like Arubians.
Aruban was like my
Arubians,
family,
but like Surinamese and like Dutch and like St. Martin, like
so basically you're trying to say you gotta go to the people who they say, you know, that the thunder does break up the rain.
No, it's not like that.
You have to go to the Rubies and just live.
The old people say that thunder does break up the rain.
Not just that.
I don't know
those type of sayings you just hear from Arubans who just speak Papiamento at home.
Yes.
You're not going to hear it like I grew up in Aruba, but like
basically I'm saying the same thing. Like the older Siman people is the same way. If you listen to your mother or the grandma, the old people say shit like the thunder does break up the rain.
But that old people thing don't necessarily apply.
But it's not just old people. It's
like,
just like the
you have to
customs. You know,
the Aruban. That's what. No, it's not just old people because my grandmother old. She have her sayings, but it's not the Aruban sayings because my grandmother, her first language is what she speak with us is English. So is the Arubans that been like any Aruban who grew up,
old Caribbean people that have the traditions and stuff. That is all I'm saying. I'm not saying necessarily that it's specifically tied to age.
I understand. I'm talking about specifically what he's saying.
Old people say those things are older generation because they are a lot more tied to the older traditions and the culture and stuff like that. But it's not. I'm not saying that's specifically tied to age.
But yeah, so if you're born in the placenta, you can see spiritual, natural things that other people can't see. And like the thing is, because of that, I was looking for it, right? Because I want to believe that. I want to believe. But the only time that I've experienced something that I till this day can't explain what was going on was when my grandfather was dying in the hospital. And for 3 days,
what was your explanation for that situation? If you say that's the only one that you can't explain,
yeah, because I don't know. Because I don't know if it's
seeing some shit.
But I mean,
because the thing
all
is, I don't know
see is some girl running out screaming. That's all he sees.
Yeah. So like, I never saw like what she saw. And
but
the only thing,
like, what did she say she saw? Or, like, did y'all not go run after her and talk to him? Like, what happened?
I was not really that interested.
Hey, you mind your own business. I'm proud of you.
I mean, I was just trying to figure out, okay, so you see something, let me touch this man, see if I can see something, you understand?
Hey,
pause.
Whoa.
But I ain't see nothing.
You know what? At this point, you're really doing it to yourself now.
I mean,
This is how Wood speaks.
yes,
If we
just let me do me. Just let me be weird. Like, I can't help it. But yeah.
So you didn't see nothing?
I didn't see nothing. The only time I saw something till this day I can't explain was when my grandfather was passing away, and for 3 days I kept seeing the Undertaker in my window.
Okay.
And I kept having the same dream for 3 days. Not like just having it once and then going back to sleep. Like, go to sleep for like a half an hour, get the same dream, wake up sweaty, frightened, look in the mirror, in the window.
I saw the same place.
Biggs, that was my room.
Wait, what you want me to do? Go sleep on a couch?
You think, hell yeah?
but that wouldn't change my problem of having
you
a
wouldn't see
dream.
homie outside the window.
But I would still have the dream that
But you cutting out some
Oh
of it.
shit! Hold up! I had completely forget about that part. Never mind. I take it back. You should have gone in your mother's room. What you doing?
The fuck?
What
my
you doing?
mother room was my room.
Oh, so your mother was done there?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, well then you don't know where to go.
Bathroom.
It was a
Why?
time period like we just.
Why
moved.
would you leave from next to somebody else to go and sit in a room by yourself?
Yeah, that's
When you're
weird.
scared?
I don't understand.
There's no safer place when you're 8-9 years old.
Okay.
Next to your mother, dog.
Okay,
It's
And
true.
if that does not help you, something like
all he really had to do was
8-year-old mind. There's not like
roll
if
over.
your mother can't help you and you're 8 years old and you're trying to escape this frightened state of mind, nothing's gonna help.
But that's true. That's big facts.
And like my whole like trying to explain what it is that was happening in the time frame of me just having and take it back, the dream wasn't even that scary. I was part of the Peter Pan gang. If y'all know what Peter Pan is, the killer kids that can fly up and shit.
Lord.
Yeah. And like we would always race and I would fly all the way up and then I would lose the power for some weird reason and I would just plummet to my death, dog. And I would wake up
When you hit the ground.
when I hit the ground. I would feel the pain and I would see the Undertaker and mind you, 8-year-old Woods was frightened of the Undertaker, dog.
You sound like you was having some rough nights there, Seth.
Biggs. But the fourth night, shout out to Fortnite. But the fourth night, I slept like completely sound and everything. Then come to find out, my grandfather passed away that night.
So what do you think is the relationship between the two?
I think it was me trying to understand that I was going to lose my grandfather, but it still doesn't explain how I knew that the fourth day he was going to die. But I was too young to understand what was happening, but I knew something was not.
Where on the Undertaker, like where that come from? Like where you think that like
I feel like if he knew,
because it was around the time period where the Undertaker was like in terms of WWF at the time, like Undertaker was very prevalent and he was quite scary at the time.
Okay.
And I'm just like I'm trying to look at it logically, you understand? But there's some things I still don't know. Like, how did I know that the fourth day would be the day that no more bad dreams, no more man in the screen and everything, and then come to find out my grandfather passed away.
What do you think about coincidence?
I was just gonna say that sounds like a
weird.
thing.
That's a very specific coincidence, though.
No, that sounds like a thing.
Because like because keep in mind like what my mother, my father, my aunt and everybody say, like my grandfather came all the way to the Netherlands when I was born. I am his only grandchild. So like when he was dying, there is not much he was reflecting on. Like my grandfather came back here to be with me. He used to like look after me when my parents went out to work when they were living in the Netherlands still. When we moved back, my grandfather moved back with us. So like if he passing away, like if it was someone he would try to like see before he die, would be me.
But yo, I honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. 'Cause at one point, you know, I would like to think that, yeah, you know, I'll be comforted if, like, God forbid. I mean, I know she got to go at one point, but my mother got passed away. That, you know, I would feel comforted in, like, how, you know, seeing her and stuff like that. But I'd probably be too freaked the fuck out to realize that it's her. So I don't really know how I feel about that the loved ones coming to check back on you and kind of thing. I kind of feel like you should just leave me alone, or like write a letter, you know, said write something, let me see it.
You know, feel like that wouldn't freak you out?
I mean, but I would have time to process it.
Oh, okay.
You know, just come out and popping up being Houdini in front of the man like that ain't really conductive. I find that has a reverse effect. But what I keep saying that the CD player thing was one of the worst things I experienced in my house, because this other story, I don't know if it's necessarily I was sleeping or I actually see what I saw. My girlfriend at the time was sleeping over.
Before you continue with that story though, I had a question about the previous story. How old were you at this time? The CD player thing.
That's a good question. I would have to
Tekken
ask.
and Destiny Child playing.
It was it was Tekken Tag. When Tekken Tag come out?
Tekken Tag.
You need to Google now.
But it's also Destiny's Child's album.
Child.
Yeah, it was one. The thing was that one with Soldier and them kind of crap on it.
Because I just thinking like teenage years versus like, you know, like 10 and younger, just a kind of general age. Because
1999.
And you was born in 92?
92.
So you was 7? Wait, I doing maths correct?
6,
7.
Cool.
6, 7. I was born in 99.
Was it Tekken Tag 1 or Tekken Tag 2?
I think it's Tekken Tag 2.
Because that's...
Either way, I just check in. The only reason I asked that is basically, you know, they say kids have overactive imaginations and all this type of thing. So I'm just trying to see like around.
But, okay,
that's why I'm checking, because he said his mother turn off the music.
So that could have just been like you didn't know that he had batteries in it or some shit.
But I see,
like,
I was saying, but that don't explain Narisha and Yannick. You know, Narisha was a teenager for sure then.
Yeah,
Yannick was old. Yannick was like 17, 18. Had to be.
It's a different story when everybody.
Yeah, in the like different groups
the same thing.
Hear it.
Yeah, but that could be like, you know, when a group is because it's a group setting, like the hysteria was like
mass hysteria.
Yeah, mass hysteria.
Something caused that hysteria.
Yeah, but that's my shit.
Exactly, but I think what happened was one person get freaked out, and he was the oldest one, right?
Yeah.
Yannick. He got freaked out, bust off first, so everybody else follow suit.
I think that just didn't help it, but I think all of us was in genuinely freaked. The only person that didn't really know what was going on was Zavern, because Zavern was still watching around like, and he didn't know, he didn't really take. Okay, from my memory, then maybe Zavern would tell this story different if we remember it. But from my view on it, that's how it was.
Maybe he was out here chilling because he plugged the shit back in.
I want to shout out Zav, but I want to see if I want to ask him one of these days, see if you remember this story. But
who it was that take out the batteries and turn it off?
However it came
before
I was the one who plugged it out the wall. It did not have batteries in it the whole day. It was plugged. It was playing.
How you know it didn't have batteries in it?
Because that was the only way. We didn't buy batteries. We didn't put in batteries. Like the back was out. You could see there was no batteries in it.
But
and the only thing that was playing was the plug. I don't know if she unplugged it. I don't know if she turned on the volume, but my mother fixed it. That's more of my story. My mother fixed it.
From how it sounded, your mother walking and the thing would plug in and she get vexed and just plug it out of the wall.
And if it was plugged in, that's even worse. Cause who the fuck plug it in?
But you and Zavern was chilling in the corner.
No, I was next to it. I forget it. That's a detail maybe that I forget to say. But I was next to the fucking thing. I did not plug it in. I plugged it out.
Okay, but when it started blasting, you look down and see that it was
who the fuck have time to look down when you're running out?
You say you wasn't the first one out, so I just check in there.
No, I ain't had time to check none of that. But what I was saying with the next one, I don't know if this one is just my imagination or whatnot, but at the time, one of my girlfriends was sleeping over, one of them. My girlfriend at the time. That had some real tits.
Are you from Dubai?
hey, wrong song and wrong person singing it, damn it. But
that was Nick Adams' song.
Yeah, but Homeboy was on it still too. That's not a good look.
Forget about the feature.
That's a good look.
Forget about the feature.
But
one of your many girlfriends. Continue.
The one I was with at the time, she was sleeping on the side of the TV. I remember how my room was set up. I had a TV and like the rest of the room, the TV was like towards the end of the wall. She was sleeping on that side. I was on the edge. I just happened to wake up, roll over, and I don't know if it's between sleeps or whatnot, but somebody was there watching over her. And I had it was enough detail. I could see it was like kind of like an Abraham Lincoln looking fella. Like he had the long old style suit, top hat, long beard, everything.
10 years.
And you stay in the room? I just need to know. You stay in the room?
I watch.
You sure it wasn't the TV?
He was there still, and I turn around. I turn around, stay there for a good 5 minutes, trying to like catch myself, turn back around, he was gone.
Yeah.
So I went back to sleep.
Okay.
I tried to tell myself that.
Ladies, or you know now that if shit going down, kinda gonna leave you die. He rather get in that last few minutes of sleep than help your ass.
They say that the best way to go is in your sleeper.
Facts.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Really?
I mean, if you're seeing someone next to you,
what the fuck I supposed to do?
Looking like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
I would double triple take too. Honestly,
you know,
that is not a regular person.
Well, you sure it wasn't the TV, dog?
But no, because he was in front of the TV. It wasn't to say like it was in the TV and you could see the surroundings.
I think you would be able to notice a difference
like,
between a TV
you could have
and
seen
somebody standing over somebody.
Like if your eyes not open, probably like you
were blind.
I was just gonna say,
like,
let me say that. But this is why I don't really count this experience, quote unquote, as official something, because there's all those factors. Back then, I was hella blind, can't see nothing without like I could go like this and can't see with my fingers without my glasses. It was dark. The TV was on.
You had laser eye surgery or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So it was dark, the TV was on. I could have seen.
I never thought about that for real. I just assumed you was wearing contacts or some shit. Like,
nah.
I never.
I get my eyes
on.
on
Your glasses no more.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I need to get that done.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's what I see was proper or whatnot. But like I say, I blink a few times. Homeboy was still there. He didn't watch me. He continued watching Homegirl.
Exactly. You see, ladies.
I kind of feel like that was none of my business.
If you die, just so you know.
I really felt like that was none of my business. So I rolled back over to be like, yeah, you know, I trip it up. As much as we just talk about my house and stuff like that, my mother was always the one to show us or to try to talk to us. Be like, yo, there's always an explanation for everything. It's probably something happened, whether you sleep, you're imagining things, something. There's always an explanation. That was always my mother. My mother was always trying to be logical. So this is me, 16, 17 then, trying to think that way. You know, turn around, went back, he was gone. So I feel like the problem solved.
Sure, like nobody in St. Martin looking like Abraham Lincoln up in this bitch.
But that's interesting too, because I didn't like have that threatened feeling like it was a robber or somebody was in my house or like she was in danger. Or maybe I just didn't really was on my own shit at the time and was not trying to get in that whole fuck. As far as I remember, I didn't have that sense of like urgency or danger.
You feel like that was Chester?
I was just about to ask if that's what
I was waiting on.
I had never, really and truly, I never really put that two and two together until
because you had Chester and Sabrina. Maybe that was Chester.
Maybe that could have been Chester.
Maybe the name. Maybe that's the reason. Or you picked that name.
But maybe he had extra like Homeboy because Homeboy was staring. But anyway, that was just what I had to see.
I mean, maybe Homeboy had feel like she was underappreciated. And you know, I started to do that too because man's roll back over. So
that would be rough.
Shout out to her.
Maybe she reminded him of one of his long lost loves or something. Kind of supposedly they say ghosts or spirits there with unfinished business. There's some kind of attachment still to the physical world or whatever.
So you're telling me
that
after Abraham Lincoln finished what he did in the States, he moved to St. Martin?
Or maybe just look like that cookie from that time of Abraham Lincoln.
They had a good bit of people that was taking like he wasn't the only one.
Brother Abraham.
No, the last name would change Woods.
I know.
His name.
Abraham the second.
I was really waiting to see where he was going.
Abraham the second or the third. Maybe the dad was Abraham, and then Abraham is actually Abraham the second. I don't know.
I say what I say about my mother. This is my last story of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like how I was saying, my mother.
I feel bad for the people who listen to this to go sleep.
But well, this might not be the episode for you.
They might have some of your dreams.
But my mother, like I was saying, dreams. My mother is one who always logical.
See somebody in the window.
Trust me, this
or chilling over somebody's body.
This is a little bit tense. This is my mother's story. I did not see this personally, but again, like I was saying, my mother's a very logical person. She's not good. I personally will not believe my mother have any reason to lie. I had King, you could attest to this. I had a lady that used to take care of me and take care of the house and thing when I was growing up. Carmen, the Spanish lady that used to be with me. I don't know if you remember.
Why not? My brain blanking.
No, you remember Carmen?
Nah.
Anyway, Carmen used to be with me. Carmen is also one of the reasons I feel like I fail as a human being, because like she could only speak where languages is concerned, because she could only speak Spanish and had like no lick of English, and I still can't speak Spanish. So that's like a real shame. Gotta take advantage of the opportunity. Anyway, Carmen was from Santo, and Carmen was old school Santo. When I mean old school Santo, come to find out, she was like low key bruja. Mm-hmm. For those who not thing with the Santo Domingo culture or that kind of life, bruja is like another form of Spanish version of witchcraft, I guess.
Brujeria.
Bruja. But isn't it just a call?
Bruja ain't a witch?
Bruja is a witch. Okay, sorry. Yeah, all right.
Thanks for the clarity.
Yeah. So that's what that is. So they had a day. My mother decided random. Now I can't remember exactly why she stayed home, but last minute she ended up staying home. Carmen was home. So all of a sudden, I really hope I'm telling this correctly, but anyway, my mother was like, yeah. All of a sudden, Carmen started to act funny. Start shaking, start mumbling, them kind of shit. Then all of a sudden my mother was like, because Carmen, she was old, she was like 60, 70. She was kind of old, she was like, you know, when those older Dominicanas, like she kind of hunchback and them kind of things. My mother say, home girl, straighten up. The wrinkle in her face went like she was went from like 70 to like 20.
Okay.
And my mother was like, Carmen, what happened? Carmen, what happened? Carmen, what happened? She said, whatever it was, watch my mother and say, yo no soy Carmen. Well, that's probably horrible Spanish, whatever.
No, it was. Yeah? No, I laughed because I was like, I'd been so gone. I would have dropped dead right there. So my soul would have leave my body.
Girl, and my mother said, because she was like, at this point, because Carmen was freaking out, she was like mumbling and stuff like that. So my mother kind of like shaking her and stuff like that. So my mother said, thing hold her, yo no soy Carmen. Like, watch it then, and yo no soy Carmen. My mother said, oh yeah, okay.
I wouldn't have stayed. I would have only stayed for the one, yo no soy Carmen, and then after that,
my mother dipped out and went next door because my aunt at that time had lived next door to us, and they also had a housekeeper that was cool with Carmen.
From Santo Domingo?
Also from Santo, and they was real tight. So here it is now. My mother gone to the woman freaking out. Dinora, something wrong with Carmen. So Dinora started to freak out too. So she's like, what happened? She's like, yes, it's like Carmen possessed, like something happened to Carmen. My mother said, Dinora watched her. I was like, oh, okay. Like, she went from being hysterical, like something actually happened, to being calm. Like, okay, cool, I know what to do. Like, yeah, like, this happened before. My mother says she went back, both of them, she and Dinora went back to the house now. My mother, she stand by the door.
She not wrong.
Makes sense.
Carmen stayed.
That's that right there.
The whole scene with her and Carmen happened in the kitchen, behind the counter. My mother stayed by the side door there. She said Dinora went, talked to the thing, she was saying shit like in the name of the horse and all that type of fuck. And before whatever it is went.
Are you sure it's horse? Or Jesus?
I remember horse. If I go ask, I remember the story saying horse. Okay, the name of Jesus, that still sound a little normal. And why I say horse, because it sound like real witchcraft feeling, like black magic type something. It wasn't say like it was a prayer type something. So that's why I believe I'd hear the name of the horse. I gonna ask my mother again, but that's remember what she was saying? Before whatever it is supposedly had possessed Carmen, she was like, wait, before I go, I have to warn her, talking about my mother, that somebody on her job trying to get her, and be careful of the ones close to her. That was the overall message. She says more shit that I can't remember, so I didn't want like add on to the story more than what it is, but the overall message was to be careful of the one close to her. Denora started doing her whole in the name of the hard shit, and then all of a sudden you see, my mother said, you see like the wrinkles come back. You could see Carmen come back. Carmen watched Denora and was like, what are you doing here? Why are you here?
Yo, from when Carmen had straightened out, I would have been gone.
My mother said she flipped the fuck out on Carmen. Like, don't ever do that fuck here again. And mind, I didn't hear this story until I was like 17. This happened when I was like 8, 9.
Wait, then Carmen was still employed after this?
Yeah, but but Carmen was one of those people, like, she become part of the family after so long. Like, I legit had think Carmen all my life, so it's like she was legit part of the family.
So hold on, Carmen get cussed and told not to do it again, but that wasn't out of her control, her being possessed.
Why?
The thing is, what we think that when we wasn't home, that she used to do shit by the house, and that's why whatever happened by the house.
Okay.
So my mother was more like, whatever you're doing, make sure it's not here. Do that fuck on your own time and in your own setting. Like, don't bring none of that here. But granted, hindsight, maybe now no. I mean, nothing happened. Nothing, as far as I know, nothing serious like that ever happened again. But I don't know how close anybody, I mean, how much anybody know that listening and are you in here about paranormal activities or different stories and stuff like that. They have certain, for those who believe in it, some of those things that actually follow you and follow people, especially if you're doing that whole serious witchcraft and stuff like that just don't stay wherever you do it. So maybe for my mother, it, like, as a parent, maybe that wasn't the best idea to keep Carmen thing, but she was like, she was thing, and nothing happened again. But that,
like,
but I want to know something happened to your mother, because like
no, that's the thing too. Nothing as I had asked, because again I had heard this story years after. I had asked my mother if anything had ever happened that she could like
co-worker or something.
Yeah, that she could think back to it, and she, like, as far as she could remember and think, nothing ever was that serious. So I don't know. Maybe because of the warning, she subconsciously, think from it, or I don't know if it was just bullshit or if it was just thing, but. The first time my mother told me that story, I had get goosebumps. All my hairs had stand up, because again, my mother is not a person to lie about shit like that. And my mother is always, as from the time I could remember, as logical as possible. That is the freakiest thing that ever happened in my house, at least.
You didn't also go and ask your aunt about it?
No, I didn't, and I never asked my aunt about it. That's actually a good thing. I might do that one day. But you see, the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised, because my grandmother was one that always have North Ghost stories and shit happening in her house. My grandmother lived in St. Croix. Yo, we used to go that was like the best part of going over there, just to hear the ghost stories. As freaked out as it used to be, all about things. My mother got a story there about how one of her great aunts slapped her. Home girl dead.
Oh,
you'll get a slap.
I feel like
she was doing that, she had to get slapped,
right?
But
like how. What the fuck you was doing in it?
But
somebody gonna come back from the dead to slap sense into you?
Long story short, my mother obviously up there in age. So when she was younger, this is like the 60s, 50s. I don't want to make my mother sound old, or sound like I don't know how old my mother is, but around Back old times.
I mean,
I can't remember. It was a I just gonna leave me skip through it and tell a story.
It was not. I could tell you right now. It was not the 50s.
Not the 50s, but old times anyway.
Old times, yes.
That was when your mothers and them tell stories about how they had to go like 2 miles to get water out the well and them kind of ones. Them times.
Yeah.
Makeup wasn't really a thing. It was still seen as not adultery, but for whores and prostitutes and shit like that. According to my mother, she and one of my aunts was in the bedroom, and my aunt, they had a bright idea to go and put on makeup. I can't remember again if it was my mother aunt or her great aunt, but she had passed away, but she had never liked them doing makeup. My mother said that my aunt went do whatever on her, went to go get a mirror, and all of a sudden she feel like a hard hand like across her face, and homegirl was there floating like cussing and be like, I tell you not to put on that crap. And then my mother licked legs out the room.
Okay.
I'd have been licking legs too.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a family something. Maybe we're just actually superstitious. I don't know. Again,
maybe you all were born in a placenta, dog.
I really don't think.
What's the most superstitious thing are you believe in?
Yeah,
I believe in it all. I believe in hell, heaven, angels, demons, ghosts, fucking. Maybe I draw a line at lizard people and leprechauns, but
I don't like that he watched me.
I wasn't even going there, but I look like a subconscious something. But I don't know that you'd call that superstitious. But
no, but like some obscene shit. Like I don't know if are you in St. Martin is like this, but in Aruba they say if you see like a black moth, somebody gonna die.
Oh, they have them. Like, if you see a wood slave, like, somebody in the house pregnant, some shit like that.
No, I mean, those are things like what the old people say.
Yeah.
I'm not
thunder gonna break.
You see wood slaves all the time.
Nobody backwards after 12.
Yeah, my mom told me to do that. I just walked straight ahead.
I'm not going to lie to you. I did do it a couple times. I don't know if it's alcohol or what, but I do it a couple times.
Nah.
I never do it.
I do.
I heard the same things.
Like my father used to tell me not to whistle in the house for some reason.
My grandma.
I don't know what I was about.
I used to be paranoid about walking on the ladders, opening umbrellas.
We couldn't whistle
my
in the house.
grandfather used to say that, but then I was like, but we have a parrot in the house. All he does is whistle.
Oh, yeah.
How can the parrot whistle in the house and I can't?
Whistling in the house.
My grandfather did not have to come back for that one.
Stepping on a crack, break him out of the back.
Nonsense. My mother would have been hospitalized a long time.
I ain't gonna lie though, I was jumping over a few cracks.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, you all did it. Break a mirror, 7 years bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't think I believe in none of them.
Let me ask you, since we're on this whole Halloween vibe, how long we in, King?
Oh, in 7 minutes.
Ooh. Alright, let me ask a question. When it comes to them, are you ever do them superstitions like Candyman and them kind of ones?
Nope. I wasn't playing with it. I was not playing with it.
My mother had like a Ouija board in our house. Like she said, Carol had a Ouija board from when her college days. I never played with it.
Technically,
it's still in our house.
I was gonna say technically, are you wild? But I kind of got a Ouija board story too.
Try to spell out the link up on
we did it, but
but. Which one of us surprised by this? That's your complexion talking, dog.
Yeah,
all day.
And you know what's funny? It was with Caucasians.
Yeah.
What are you was doing with it?
So you were still in the house, right?
That was a perfect start for that story.
So he's still in this house. All of what happened was beat up.
What really wanted to know what I can't see that there, but
but it was just because
touched the man, you couldn't see. They wanted to try to talk to him.
The thing is like because the house was technically already haunted, we just wanted more stuff to promote for the house because it was like legit that spoke house, the scary house, haunted house was like the most successful haunted house on the island. Hands down.
I think I know which one you're talking
Hands
about.
down.
Yeah.
Like,
I understand our stupidity.
People legit like our haunted house wasn't like, we made it so scary that people used to faint like.
But that thing was 18 plus, right?
Yeah. That people used to faint like.
I know.
In a day, we would. If it didn't pass like 6 people fainting, something went wrong that day.
Okay, but say the story though.
So, anyways, we went to communicate with the spirits to see like what went on like in the house.
Okay,
you understand?
Quick context for those who don't know. Maybe a Ouija board is one of them type things with like the letters on the board, and they have a little ice piece.
And they got Google.
They might got some people, but anyway, you're supposed to be able to talk to the dead with it. Continue.
So we were trying to communicate with the depths of beyond, but it didn't work. Or it didn't go the way, like it wasn't really going any way we wanted it to go. Oh, yeah. But my whole thing about it is the guy was not there.
Or whoever I was trying to.
Yeah, after that day, the man come back.
Oh, so are you saying if he was there, maybe I
probably.
I kind of have a different. My story is a little different than yours, where I was concerned, because I wholeheartedly believe at one point it was moving. Because the whole thing is, it was a sleepover by a hotel. That was already where shit to go wrong.
Facts.
Whole bunch of Caucasians, whole bunch of rich rich, quote unquote rich, because it was a LU something. So it was a bunch of private school children there. We know somebody had a bright idea of bringing the Ouija board. Cool. Again, I indulge in the Caucasian activities. I think it was a good idea. Sean's brave. Cool. I put my hand, what you think you're supposed to, you have your 2 fingers, whoever decided to call with you or whatnot, everybody put their 2 fingers on it. You could, the one we was using at least, because it seemed they got different versions of this Ouija board shit. The one we was using at least, it'll slide along the board and whatnot. You could clearly feel and easily feel if somebody is pulling on it. Like, straight up. If anybody moving that fuck, you could feel it. You could feel which direction it's coming from. Cool. How I know this is because the first time, you call the person name twice and you say, are you there? So the first one, it was Elvis, are you there? It was 4 of us on it. 2 on the bottom and like 2 on top. Feel the person moving the board towards the Y. Going along with it, everybody laughing, haha, hee hee, hoo hoo. It's cool. They call the next name there. Again, feel somebody else moving it. All is well, fun and games. Somebody gonna decide to say, devil, are you there?
And you know what's the shit? I know he didn't dip now. I know he stayed there.
No,
and
you see,
it true.
the man said, devil, are you there? And that fuck start to move towards the Y. Nobody was pulling it, King. Nobody
you shouldn't have been there.
was pulling
At that
it.
point, you should
I
have
dipped the fuck out that room. I picked my hands off and I was gone. Because that was my line. that was too far for me. It wasn't looking good. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that played out. I didn't ask nobody about it after. Morning come, I went home.
But I kind of happy that Caucasian no one in that house had the balls to even suggest that.
When you hang around with Caucasians.
Because I do not know if the house might have exploded.
But after that was the first and last time I ever fuck around with a Ouija board.
I should have a Ouija board.
Never again.
You should have a Ouija board.
There's no reason for me to tempt that fate. There's none whatsoever.
With this camera.
So you said you could be here to record the Ouija board?
Nah. Y'all can ask the spirit to record it.
We need footage.
The devil gonna record it.
I mean, you don't need a Ouija board to ask the devil.
That would be a crazy Halloween episode.
Look, right?
Yeah,
just because I just say they got a spot in hell for me, don't mean that I need to have it confirmed. Okay? I want to be surprised. Let me find out when Judgment Day come. I don't want to already be living knowing that that's a final destination.
Are you really gonna be surprised though?
Hey, I mean, I could act surprised.
So you're trying to say you know we kind of going there?
I kind of have a feeling. I've been saying it. Like, if anybody go in there, I drive in the bus.
I feel.
Here's the thing. Like, let me tell you something. If you have any doubt in your mind where Kana going, go airport with Kana. That's all I got to say.
That you know, she just trying. Fuck you.
I mean,
so y'all gotta explain.
Have you ever been on the airport with Kana before?
He traveled with me, but wasn't that stupid then? Wasn't that? This was intent. I wasn't that noted then.
So what happened?
Kana, you care to share with the people? What the fuck you be saying?
Woods and Calissa
so you
just
calling out bomb on the plane?
Look, they just blowing things out of proportion. I'm calling bomb on the plane.
Me and Kana was standing in the line. Let me tell you something.
I just ask scenarios. Like what if? What
if they bomb the plane that I on? That first of all, this is what come out of this Bible. Let me tell you, we're standing in line, right? It had a girl in front of us. Kana said loud. Mind you know, girl right in front of us.
Yeah,
she about the face.
That
she was like, no.
But what I have to do
with it? He was like, the whole, no, but the thing is, you didn't say it once. You were like dragging it out. You was like,
you know, the thing is, like, you start, if you look at Kana's face, right?
He start with homegirl got Sanka for a white girl. That's how you started.
She had Sanka?
And then she turned around and you was like, damn, she had butt ahead.
I had feel sorry for her.
What's Sanka and what's Butterhead?
Oh, Sanka is ass and Butterhead is
Butterface or Butterhead. Everything look good but her face.
Yeah. Oh, but her head.
Yeah.
You look at Kana's face, right?
And this is where he going now? I just thought it was
yeah, I said he blew out the proportion.
I ain't saying he going to hell for that. I just saying, like, when Kana goes to an airport, he says some outlandish
shit. Because I telling you the more PC shit that he's saying. Because the rest of it I don't really want to say because I want put him in a particular light where anybody think kind of like racist and whatnot.
It done there.
But we
Kana say the same thing when it was me, Javon, and Kana were going to Malta, dog. And look, Kana face, like if you look at it, if you put a turban over his head, people would think. People would think he's from Dubai or some fuck like that. He kind of has that, like some semblance of it. Now his beard a little cut, but when we went to Malta, his beard was not like this.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more frugally.
Frugally.
I don't know. But I think with Mohammed at the airport that you were asking in front of the.
What?
You tell me a story that you was traveling with your mother. Your stepmother and your father. And you were asking your stepmother in front of the TSA agent, why you take off Mohammed off of, like. Why you change Mohammed? Fuck up.
You see we get to that, King? But
that's nothing bad.
Traveling to some
you do not want to travel with this.
In my shoe or some shit.
Like I thought that's where y'all was going.
No, it doesn't say they exaggerated.
If you're in an airplane,
no,
right?
But he terrible.
What is the last thing you would want to hear
from the moment he reached the airport?
Saying in the airplane, dog. Nothing with bomb, right?
You look great.
Nothing with bomb. Hey, me and Javon just looked at Kana like, yo.
You always need to have that one person that prepared for the worst. That's the worst that can happen.
The worst that can happen is they kick us off the airplane.
Yeah. No, that's not the worst. Because you're still alive still. The worst thing that happens is going up and boom.
But what you gonna do about it?
You talking about it? You stop it.
Exactly. What the fuck you
getting me kick off the plane in case it don't blow up, and then I just fuck.
Yeah, but they see again. They exaggerate it. I don't be that loud.
Sean.
I've heard you. We all in the room now.
I feel like all I exaggerate.
I know how you speak and laugh. Like I know the volumes it could get to.
Yeah, but it's
especially the laugh.
I'm going to talk with Javon about this. I'm going to record his voice, and for the next episode, I could just play.
No, I know what the fuck I witnessed that day.
I'm going to ask the one how Sean is on the airport. He's going to record that segment and press play.
No, man,
it was really wild. I know what the fuck I hear that day.
I ain't trying to get nobody locked up. They're just making jokes, man.
From the moment you walk in, you was... The shit that was coming.
I think this is Kana's way of
but you know, I ain't gonna lie. One of the things that might be a little wild, I might point out in like a joke I'd be doing, like if I happen to see somebody that's like of Arabic descent, I'd be like, well, I hope he got plans to do next week. Because, I ain't trying to take that. But that's a joke. That's a joke I hear from comedians.
Thinking about it, that whole Malta trip, you were just crazy, dog.
It was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
So because it's a joke you heard from comedians,
the day I went with him,
Just Hilarious got in some whole controversy, and she was like on the verge again cancelled because she did some. It was a very similar thing. Some dude had a turban or some shit like that, and she made some comment about it on a Snapchat, and the internet was all upset.
No, but you see, I would never do something like that publicly.
You're on the podcast.
No, but we talking about the thing happening. I would never do that out there like that because I know a lot of people take that the wrong way, and I don't mean it like that. It's just like, if you had to expose all your group chats on WhatsApp, you don't think people would take some of the things and jokes how you be taking the wrong way?
Yeah, but that ain't not how this situation presented. It you on the airport in a public space
talking
loud so people can hear the insensitive comments that you're making.
Sean,
the butterface insensitive conversation.
That wasn't the only person in the line. That wasn't the only person in the line that you had thing on. So you better stop, because it had people like. It had a fellow like two in front of the butterface here.
Talking about hearing what you're saying.
Well, let me put it this way. Maybe I don't hear the volume of my voice properly. It's supposed to be a private something. It's supposed to be amongst the people that I am traveling.
And if the people around you telling you like you ease up a little, cause they can hear you clearly.
Then I just lower my voice. I don't stop necessarily what I'm saying, but I just lower my voice at least.
But at least he gets some karma that day because he had to go through extra security check.
Oh, but that's always.
I mean.
But why I say it's actually true. Like I don't.
But it's how you dress too. You look like
I dress like I got things in my pants and moving some weight according to them. But that whole passport thing is actually true. Like my father last name was, if he takes my grandfather's name, was supposed to be Mohammed at the end. You can imagine flying to the States with Mohammed.
Right there, man. Yeah, man. Your grandfather, like you looked at the future.
Dog, you'd never get an Esther.
Never.
You'd never be approved.
Nope.
Only if you're from Dubai.
Yeah, but that's with people with specific money.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. That's a small.
Also included.
Yeah, but even that's still a small percentage. Yeah. That would be able to get away with it at least. Okay, even them you still have to have those like king status. I mean, I wouldn't mind being passed off as a Saudi prince. Maybe I get some perks here and there, but I mean,
you feel like you go pass off as a Saudi prince.
No, but I mean, Woods was making the comment earlier that
he looking at.
I mean, No, but just how he'd address, like,
that would be a dead giveaway.
Yeah, but I don't know what the name of the clothing is, the white stuff. Not looks like sheets. Like, I know it's wrong way to describe. The clothing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was really an ass right now, I'd be like, what clothing are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. There's no more explanation coming.
No, but why we didn't even get into because we had a whole thing about how we was actually thinking about Halloween. You just stick with the haunted stories. How long are you on Star recording it today?
I mean, we could still I want to talk about like movies like our like top 10 like as a collective.
Scariest movies. I think we had that.
No, but we just talked about
scary movies or just Halloween movies.
Yeah, just like collective, like the top 10 like Halloween movies. Like if it's Halloween, like what movies would you all go to?
The movie Halloween.
But I don't have a top 10. That's way too much.
I feel like a younger, so I'm not going to participate in this topic because are you going to judge me? Because look, you need to understand, when I was growing up, Disney Channel had around Halloween time, they used to have all those Halloween movies, like Halloween Town, Twitches, those type of movies. So you know Halloween.
You was right. I definitely judge you.
I know. It's okay.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
terrible channel.
There's nothing you could tell me that's
all
I'm not saying those my favorite Halloween movies. They're not. But I just saying like that I remember growing up that used to play around Halloween time.
Yep.
Nah, mate. I think one of my top 3 would have to be Freddy versus Jason. You have to watch during Halloween.
I would just say Friday the 13th.
That's
like just
scary
that.
movie.
Like Freddy versus Jason, it's good, but it's more just them fighting, just that whole. But like in terms of
Friday
just
13th.
like
But Friday the 13th got that typical feel to it. White girl running in the forest, she gonna trip. She gonna run, she gonna trip again. She gonna find somebody that gonna look to help him. It gonna be a partner that had probably he gonna dead because of her, and they gonna end up being the killer is somebody that had actually was infatuated with her. It's a typical I mean that's not necessarily the thing of fight. That's not like the ending piece. My ending spiel there.
It's just seeing people like it's Final Destination, but with
even Final Destination. Okay, no, I can't say Final Destination.
Personally, I like Saw, but I don't think that's like I wouldn't necessarily consider it like Halloween-esque.
It's more torture porn than like.
Okay, whoa.
I mean,
that's kind of the genre.
It's torture porn, yeah. I mean, you Final Destination too. Like you're looking at the source just to see how gruesomely. It's not really scary.
It's more a shock factor.
It's just you're just going to see like, okay, these people are going to die horribly.
No, but I think Saw a little more interesting than Final Destination because they got the.
Yeah, I would say
there's a storyline with it.
Yeah, but also it's like the psychology of it, like the choice a person can make.
Yeah.
Chucky was always one of my things. Okay.
Chucky is also like a Halloween.
But again, I'm pretty sure I had seen this on the previous podcast. Darkness Falls still was one of the creepiest things for me because back growing up, I was afraid of that. Like I was one of the people that used to switch off the lights and run to the room.
Wasn't everybody afraid of that at some point?
I don't know.
Like I feel like as a kid, at some point, everybody is like afraid of dark because
it's
like the fear of the unknown type of shit. Until you kind of get over that.
Do we ever get over it? You still afraid of the dark? Are you afraid of the dark?
No.
I ain't gonna lie. In my own house,
anything like at all.
No, the only place I really comfortable in is my house when it's dark. That's one place my mother teach me. Like, if it's one place you're supposed to be able to know if on the backwards of your hand, and even comfortable in is your house.
Yeah, I mean,
if it's pitch black, then because you can't see anything, that's fucking scary as fuck.
If you're in an unknown place and you don't know where it is, and it's just completely dark, and you can't see or something
new
like
dark.
that.
That is new dark.
Like,
that's new dark.
Yeah, but to me, it's still more the fear of the unknown than the dark itself.
Yeah. You can't see what coming out.
You don't know what is happening. It's not really the dark itself.
But I can still see that. It's
sometimes it don't just. Yeah, but like in my current apartment, I ain't got a problem with the lights off. I ain't gonna lie though. In my house in Aruba, to this day, I feel like if I turn off the light, I'm gonna do a little quick 1-2 step because the way my mother house set up, freaky like shit. First of all, my mother have a bunch of like masks in her house that the heads and masks, and so like how the light does hit it. So and if you forget that it there, it look like a person there. And like I ain't gonna never forget this one time, my biggest fail used to be that somebody had break in the house, like some intruder was in the house, and I ain't gonna never forget this time. My brother scared the shit out of me. So I wake up in the middle of the night, had a bad nightmare, partially because I used to have like a giant doll in my room, like a giant Barbie doll. But homegirl could have been Chucky's sister. I swear, she was freaky like shit, and she was like life sized. So imagine you wake up from a nightmare. Fuck you. So imagine you wake up from a nightmare.
You get to it before me.
Fuck all of you.
Like says I got two sides. Like me, like your side.
It was about my side at the time, okay? At the time when I was younger, it was like maybe a little bit shorter than me. So I don't know why in the fuck they ever buy this, but I wake up from my nightmare, see the doll, freak the fuck out because I used to have nightmares about this fucking doll. And I get up to leave. Now, I used to be so afraid of somebody being in the house, right? That I used to like open my door really, really slow and like try as hard as possible not to make any noise, but my door was really fucking noisy. So I opened this door slow and I used to be like walk real slow. And I take 2 steps and all of a sudden I see like the track of like a person at the end of the
English people's outline.
Yeah, there we go. The outline of somebody, and it's pitch black, and like the way. So let me explain how my house set up. So it is the front door, and then next to the front door, fuck you, because I know what you're thinking.
It's a Ruby and something like what's the same thing? They could never go from point A to point B now.
No,
it's point
but
A, B,
you need a little more context to understand what was going on.
BC, and it's never a straight line.
But you need a little more context. You're a bully. Leave me alone. You need a little more context. So like, by my front door, for the house had like these big glass like windows, like, but they're like blurred, kind of like church windows. Next to the door is really odd, but basically even at night, like some light does shine through, and that's on the side is leading to a hall that is go like first you meet my mother room, then the bathroom, then my room. Okay, but if I walk out to my room, what I seen is like the hall. And then at the end of the hall, I seen one of the glass windows next to the door. So light coming in, and then right next to there is my mother bedroom. So light coming in behind of this person. So I can't see the person. All I could see is the outline. So I seen this person. I stopped dead in my tracks. I watching this person. I was like, this is my biggest fail. And I was like, oh my God. I just stand there, and then I let out a sound, right? That sound like something was dying, because I dead ass. It had sound like an animal dying or some fuck, because my mother and my stepfather run out the room, open the door. My fucking brother was standing there for a good, like this encounter. It wasn't like 2 seconds. It was a good like 3 minute stand off, and my brother just staring. I staring. My brother knows me. He could see it's me. He know how the house set up. He know I don't know it's him. So, and my brother big like, oh, you ever see my brother? My brother big. Like, I don't, like my brother, if you catch my brother, he look intimidating. So, all I seen is that, and I was like, I let out, so everybody come running out. Yo, I cried for like a half hour after that. Like, I was not okay. I was really not okay.
So we all know Calissa is like a deer in the headlights. So when are you scared? Are you fight or flight? Fight or flight?
I don't know.
I feel like it depends on the situation.
My father tried to scare me once, and I punchy.
Yeah,
I do that too.
I had that with one of my cousins. For Halloween stuff, like he come out the bushes, scared, like he scream, I scream, and I hit him.
I actually knock out my stepfather once.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
I wish the camera was on. Jesus Christ!
You disrespect.
I wish the camera was on. But King, you beat me to this one, man. You beat me to this one. Cause if I had only seen how everybody, even worse, if I had only seen how everybody had just stopped in here and just watched Calissa, like, what kind of lies you talking about?
No, really, my mother tell me the story. I don't even remember doing it. That's why my mother tell me I did this when I was really young.
Yeah, I tell your mother stop lying to you.
Look, how I react does really depend on the situation.
Santa ain't real either, and you didn't knock out your father.
Stepfather. And either Kaval, I know that he hit the floor. I think something along those lines.
This man got a glass jaw.
No, what had happened was that I was young and I was like behind something. Again, is how my house set up. And he had like come and he had like jump around the corner to try to scare me. And for some reason, I punched him, but he was on the floor, like he was crawling on the floor to scare me. So when I turned and I punched him, I knocked him straight in the face.
Was he sick?
No.
Did he have like health problems?
Just understand that, like, you don't know by my hook, okay?
Because Calissa, you have to understand, right?
Your mother was a man in that relationship.
You saying right now?
This man was 6'6".
You saying right now that you was even smaller than you are now. At this point in your life is when you knock out this 6'6" foot man.
Okay, he was on his knees crawling to scare me. He jumped out and
Calissa, but you understand that you was smaller.
I understand what you say, but when I was 3 years old, I break my brother's hand too. I was violent as a child.
It's always the small ones.
I was violent. I was not to be trifled with when I was smaller.
How did you break your brother's hand? Because
I dropped a rock on his hand because he wouldn't get out of my dollhouse. So he was playing in my dollhouse.
This is more of something I meant to expect for if you're knocking out a 6'6" grown man being younger than you.
No, but he was like on his knees, so he crawled around the corner to scare me, and he scared me, and then it was like, and I had get him like straight in a jaw or some fuck, and he dropped to the floor, and then my mother she bust out laughing because my mother see what the fuck just happened.
Your mother was definitely the man in that relationship.
Yo, this is a big fellow.
You can't come back after that.
Yo, I was even shocked about this because like I checking like this a big dude. He was a police officer too. Like he's six. Like you know what I'm saying.
The daughter of the woman you check it just knock you the fuck out. Like what you?
Okay, I don't know if I had knocked him out, but either Khaval he hit the floor. So like but I don't know if it was because of the shock of it or like.
Nah, man, he must have been playing with you, man. He must, like when
I heard a story from my mother.
When little children
I don't even remember it.
I tell your mother stop lying to you. Well, when children start, playing and things like that, you act like you hurt and them kind of ones. I think I gonna give him that.
I feel like we could call up Carol right now. Could call her up.
Nah, but
tell her story.
No.
Alright, so on the next episode of the Link Up podcast.
My father?
Yeah.
No, my cousin? Yeah. I have to explain to my aunt what happened to him.
Yeah, I mean, my father was looking for it. No. I mean, you can't wake up a man while he's sleeping and try to scare him.
No, that's why I stopped scaring people like that too. Because I realized I had to swing first, and I can't expect anything else from other people doing it.
With me, it's sometimes that us fight, sometimes that us freeze, sometimes that us run. It really depends on the day because it had one time that I turned around and I punched Jamie because they threw me a surprise party and my whole class was in my bedroom and I opened the door and it's like they wasn't like surprise. It was like surprise and I was like nope. I turned around and punched Jamie. What?
Rashid, where you is?
I got no idea. I usually never put myself in situations like that. Or like,
I mean, if something like that happens, you don't put putting yourself in that situation.
I know, but like, let me.
What is it?
Fight or flight, you say? I don't know. Like I had, like my cousin used to jump scare me sometimes.
Jump scare you?
Yeah. So
like
he
jump out and scare you?
Yeah, that exactly. Okay. So like, it would be nighttime. He'd be in my room. Well, last place I would see him is in my room. I would go downstairs for water, come back up. To go in my room, I gotta pass my brother's room. Door just be open but dark, so you can't really see inside. So he'd be in there, and while I pass, and he'd come in the back of me and frighten me. So it's like a startle kind of shock thing, but
it's different when someone wakes you up with a mask. So like when you wake up, you don't really know what's going on. Because if my father did it without the mask, I would have known. Okay, it's my dad. I'm safe. If you wake up and you see a Joker mask looking at you can't rationalize what's going on. So the first thing you think to do is punch, get out the bed, see what's going on, and then see if you continue. But you
see that's why I think I would dead quick in any of them like horror movie scenarios, because I want those people by running in like users already a supernatural or something. Anywhere I going to choose to run, you could just show up. Sometimes we try fight, and if that's the case, if you could just teleport and show up anywhere, you gonna kick my ass. So we gonna just fight, but at least I'll go down swinging.
That's why Jason is that powerful, man.
I feel like it depends on the situation, because like I feel like it depends how vulnerable I feel in the situation, or like how like comfortable I was prior to experiencing this. Because I mean,
but I think you have a point. For me, it depends on how it happened. Like if I could somehow see it coming from a distance,
like,
but if it's something that just pop up by. You never really know how you're gonna react until it actually happens.
That's why the last time
like Sean, the fucking time you scare me.
I grab both your hands.
Yo, you's a smart fella.
Yeah.
You's a smart fella. Because I know if you feel my hand twitch, dog. Yo, you's a bright individual, Jed. Because I would not have been liable to what happened, especially because I was going into a long ass shift. Yo. No,
the worst person to be scared by is Sean, because he just laugh at your ass for a half hour afterwards.
Yeah, that's not there. But you see that was with me with a lot of things. I'm more liable to laugh at you.
That's the thing. The time you had scared me too, that's exactly what happened, because I was like comfortable and I wasn't expecting nobody, and then it had to like catch me off guard.
I mean, just a little cold, but it's okay.
No, it's not. It's how any normal person would have feel the same way.
King, your answer?
Someone getting so scared that they piss themselves, because I would never let that down.
I think I had that once, you know. If I had to be completely honest.
Sharing.
I think that happened to me once.
So now you know.
King. Fight or flight? I don't know if you answered that yet.
I don't know.
I think you don't know.
I was waiting on y'all to, you know, finish up a little bit to lead a conversation that don't cover here for like an hour, half an hour plus. Camera done day.
Yeah, it's a Halloween special, man. We'll do this one a little longer.
King checking like he ready for it. he like I got some other shit to be doing. Honestly.
Yeah,
like I want to go and lay down in my bed and watch Friends, but are you man
not
still
necessarily
here?
Friends, but I was just hungry.
Yeah. So, people listening, we you know, extra thankful if you make it through this whole hour and a half. Plugs.
I think Ganon.
This hopefully going to be coming out on a Thursday.
Halloween.
Mm-hmm. You know, Halloween special. I don't know if I catch that yet.
Yeah,
but for those that feel like going out on that same Thursday in Amsterdam, they got what's that coming in Bitterzoot
this Thursday morning then.
Thursday morning. Yo, if you happen to watch it early enough then and you want to come through, link man, we gonna be there.
Literally everybody's going to be there.
Yeah, like everybody in the mother. Maybe not in mother, but
a lot of people.
There's going to be a mother there for sure.
The link up,
I don't know if you should be.
The link up crew gonna be there.
Cause what's that done? I mean, Bitterzoot done smaller. Bye.
But I ain't gonna think anyway.
It's gonna be full regardless.
Anyway, yeah.
Either you're gonna get in or you're not.
Yeah. So and since we on that, if you coming through, if you feel like you want to come through, try to be there early. It's gonna be a shitload of people. It's the last time Wasadeta gonna be in Bitterzoot, so you know they're gonna throw it. It gonna be a bang. Like always, every Monday, Curious in John Doe. In the next week and a half, hopefully, I'm going to have something to plug specifically myself. That's my own. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to keep all you updated with that. And yeah, good.
Woods, anything to add?
Stay tuned for November.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when all the music dropping and things. The people can't see you.
Really hard.
Yeah, the camera off. So
I've been working really hard, guys. I barely slept today. Someone still has some energy to come to the podcast.
You think your name Sean?
Alright, so the only plugs that I got basically is mark your calendars, be on the lookout for January 8th when the Mistuh King LP is going to be dropping. So stay tuned. That's all I got.
Yep. So I think that's it.
Yes, pretty much. So with all of that being said, peoples, we'll see y'all in the next episode of Link Up. Hope y'all enjoyed this Halloween episode. Slightly longer than,
than usual, but that's okay, man.
I feel like was here from the beginning. This was how you.
I feel like we have some decent stories. You know, like always, we welcome the feedback, the comments, the likes, the shares, the reshares. If you think this is an episode that you want to share with people, go ahead. Feel free. We're not complaining.
Spread the word them out and all of that. Spread the good word. Make sure all your friends and family know about the Link Up.
Yeah.
Alright then, so peoples, we'll see y'all the next time we link up.
Bless.